I get it, man, you've been dumped, you've been rejected, and women have caused you countless pain. And it seems easier to blame women as the problem and go MGTOW and choose not to have relationships with women. There's an entire movement of guys out there that insist that women are the problem and have chosen not to date or have relationships with them at all. It's kind of like the antithesis of the extreme man-hating feminist. But can an entire gender really be the problem? Should they really blame half the population just because they're different than them? Or could it be possible that they just don't understand those differences? We live in a society where it's so easy to play the victim and blame other people for our own problems. Or is that just a cop-out for guys who aren't willing to look in the mirror and see the real problem? But you MGTOW guys are right about one thing, and that's that women are not perfect. They have a lot of gender issues. They are deeply flawed. But so am I, and so are you. And like I said, I get it, man. You've been hurt and you want to avoid that pain of getting hurt again or getting rejected. But life is full of pain. You cannot avoid it. Anything you want, you're gonna have to step into tension and uncomfortable situations, painful situations. Even trying to avoid all pain in your life is a form of suffering. You get to decide what form of pain and suffering are you willing to have in your life. I have a friend that got left by his wife and she took his daughter and put a restraining order on him. So obviously it was very hard for him to see his daughter. And on top of that, he got behind on his child support to the point where he couldn't pay it anymore and he had to leave the country. And he hasn't been back to the US to see his daughter in a long time. So he's hurt and he had a lot of resentment towards women, especially his ex-wife. But he knows that not all women are like that. Even if a lot of women are like that, it doesn't mean it's all of them. And because he chooses to think that way, instead of blaming all women as the problem, he's now in an amazing relationship. Even my own dad was in a relationship with his second wife for 20 years. And he stayed with her just for the sake of my half-brother and sister. I mean, she wouldn't work, she wouldn't cook, she wouldn't clean, take care of the kids, anything. Can you imagine the resentment that must have built up over 20 years? But he didn't let that turn into bitterness towards all women. In fact, within a year after his divorce, he's already remarried to an amazing woman that treats him like a king, and I've never seen my dad happier. Just because one woman or a handful of women have hurt you, it doesn't mean that all women are the problem. Or maybe it seems that way because maybe it's every woman in your life. You've been hurt over and over and over again. But have you ever thought that maybe it's not the women that are the problem? Maybe they're rejecting you and hurting you and leaving you because of you. Because the one thing that all women that you've dated have in common is you. That's why it seems like it's all women, because it's all the women that you've dated. It's all the women that you're attracting into your life. Look in the mirror and tell me, do you see a great man that great women would love to be with? And maybe you do, but if you don't, then you can change that. If you work on yourself and become the best version of yourself, then you will attract your equal. But if you're lazy and out of shape with a shitty job and a negative attitude, then you're going to attract that equal. So you have a choice. You can give up and blame an entire gender on your problems and insecurities, or you can stop being a victim and take responsibility. And I'll be honest, it's going to take effort because nobody is just simply entitled to have beautiful women like them. But everything that's worth value in life that you don't currently have, that's outside your reality, takes some effort to achieve. So put in the effort and find out, why does this keep happening to you? Why do you get rejected? Why do women seem so different than men? Educate yourself. Take small steps every day and you will get the woman you want that treats you the way you want. I'm living proof, man, because I'm not tall, rich, or particularly good looking according to YouTube comments. I've got a big nose, I'm skinny, it's really hard for me to put on muscle, and I'm balding. But I work on myself every single day, and the relationships that I've cultivated as a result make it all worth it. Don't give up, man. Work on yourself and become the best version of yourself, and then attract amazing and beautiful women. Because no matter how crazy society gets, there will always be amazing women out there. They just want to date a great guy. And if you need some help becoming that guy, reaching your full potential and becoming the best version of yourself, then let me know. I'm happy to help. My name's Matt Artisan, and I wish you success.